What motivated me to start Time for Change Foundation was the fact that I had truly been blessed. As you guys know, I come from a life of homelessness, been incarcerated, and really didn't think there was a way out. So here I find myself almost 9 years clean and sober, and my spirit was telling me I need to go out and help women who was entrapped and enslaved the same way that I was.
In 2002, Kim Carter was deeply motivated by her past experiences of being formerly incarcerated and homeless. Her near-death experience with cancer elevated her spiritual consciousness, and it became apparent that her reason for living was to help thousands of women who were experiencing the devastating conditions that she too had escaped. Time for Change Foundation started out of Kim Carter's garage with the support of her husband Mark.
After talking with him several times and convincing him of my conviction, he basically said, "Yes, honey, I will support you and help you get it started."
In 2003, after leasing for a year, Mark and Kim Carter purchased the Mount View home, received the 501c3 status for the organization, and served 24 women. In 2006, there was a notable increase in infrastructure, and in 2007, the foundation saw ever greater achievements. 67 women and 13 children served, and they received their license for drug and alcohol counseling. 2008 and 2009 were some pivotal years. The foundation released its very first publication, Invisible Bars: Barriers to Women's Health and Well-Being During and After Incarceration, and included new services including anger management and parenting education. In 2010, a major development was the Children's Learning Center, a place which early education and positive social development can happen for our children. The dream that homeless women and children could have the opportunity to change the course of their lives is being realized. Through our housing and supportive services, we focus on helping homeless women and children break the cycles of poverty, abuse, and neglect by addressing the root causes of their conditions. The assessment is key in ensuring that they have a plan designed to reach self-sufficiency. Our customized services include case management, independent living skills, anger management, parenting education classes, financial education and money management, employment readiness, family reunification, transportation, and leadership development. By transporting our families from impoverished neighborhoods and conditions and placing them into a healthy environment and a vibrant neighborhood conducive to establishing healthy behaviors and outcomes, we create a nurturing, supportive environment, allowing them to thrive, embrace our family model, and become self-sufficient.
I came to Time for Change because I had made a lot of bad decisions in my life, and those decisions led me and my son to be homeless.
I was incarcerated right before I had came to Time for Change. I did a 16-month term, and I did 8 months off of that term. And after the 8 months, I was sent to the board, and they told me I was going to be homeless. My son, Ronald, he's 3 years old. When I reunited with my son at Time for Change, and he came here, and my sister-in-law and brother-in-law dropped him off. He started crying. He didn't want to stay.
I was out on the street. I have been in fields, beaten and raped, shot, stabbed.
When I first got to Time for Change, I was very scared. I didn't know what to expect. It was a different environment prior to being incarcerated. It was a home. When I called Time for Change, I was thinking, well, these people are not going to accept me because I did a lot of footwork while I was incarcerated.
I love that she focuses on the maternal-child relationship because nothing else matters if that relationship isn't good.
So I think Time for Change Foundation has made people understand that homeless women with children are not to be thrown away. That if given a chance, that they can become positive, productive members of society. So when it comes to just having a positive environment to live in, to raise your children in, and these women see that, and they also see something more than they've had, and they can see that something that they can have on their own in the future. It's just an amazing thing. And then to see women who have gone beyond the services for that Time for Change Foundation has provided and become advocates for other organizations, for other groups who have lobbied to get the legislature to change is just an amazing statement to the power and the empowerment that Time for Change Foundation provides for these women.
Key to this whole program is the women reconnecting or getting back with their children.
Time for Change is a safe haven. For the first time in many of these women's lives, they have a safe, clean, comforting environment. And because of the way the homes are set up in the nice neighborhoods and they're kept well, it truly feels like a family.
I have lived in San Bernardino for 32 years because the leadership of Kim has really made the home different than, I would say, than other homes coming in.
The vision that I have as far as the Chief of Police is to have a safe, vibrant community. And certainly this city has some challenges, but and government can't do it alone. So you have to have resources beyond government, for example, Time for Change.
We should be taking that vision and that kind of engagement and opportunity to a far broader audience.
We need to expand this program beyond the boundaries of the city of San Bernardino, the county of San Bernardino. This is a model program that could be used across the state of California.
I promote, the Time for Change Foundation because the way it is run, and it basically is, a testament to Kim Carter.
Our focus on leadership development and advocacy has made us unique. To date, we have empowered over 250 leaders who are now making laws instead of breaking laws. The innovation of our project designs are widely attributed to their huge success and impact in the community. Our Center for Advocacy and Leadership Training offers It's Your Life 1 and 2 and Advocating for Change, a 4-module hands-on series instructed by our experts designed to help advocates develop skills to engage and best support policy change efforts.
What makes Time for Change Foundation so unique is the fact that not only do we provide direct services, but we also have an emphasis on advocacy, meaning that we train our women to become leaders, to have a voice so that they can speak out and stand up for themselves.
After serving over 500 families since our inception, our agency's housing program model is ready to scale to the next level and can also be applied for helping men who have been left on the sidelines of an unforgiving economic climate. Our goal is to be a leading agency that creates jobs to build healthy communities. We're stepping up and engaging in entrepreneurial opportunities, building up leaders, and creating accessible housing. We believe that children are our future, so that by creating jobs, we create thriving families and healthy communities. Children will be more likely to grow and continue in the cycle of prosperity. Our vision is to do more affordable housing projects to support our mission and to help bridge the gap between resources needed and the people desiring to change. Opening in May of 2012, the Phoenix Square project is our vision of permanent housing brought to life. It is a 3-phase project which began with the purchase of a 7-unit apartment building. Remodeling efforts will meet energy-efficient standards, providing clean, renewable energy, allowing TFCF to go green. This phase involves creating community gardens as entrepreneurial options for residents who grow organic fruits and vegetables to sell at farmers markets. This will also allow us to bring seniors and elementary school children for special projects such as Earth Day. Finally, the last phase will be to build a community center adjacent to the apartment building and garden that will be of help to the community, providing a location for educational classes and meetings, as well as space for clients to manage their respective businesses.
Time for Change is a unique program that's actually working here in San Bernardino County, taking lives that some people might think will never change. These are the programs that are working, those that are on the front lines that understand the true issues about where are you going to sleep that night, where are your kids going to be at that night. Those things are real issues that sometimes people forget about. And really, Time for Change didn't just talk about a solution, they implemented it and it became reality. At any point in anybody's life, they should be allowed that second chance and that opportunity to change their lives around.
When I came to Time for Change, my CPS worker came and checked out the program and went and talked to the caseworker and came to the conclusion that I was in a safe place, so they closed my case.
And you were permanently reunified with your child?
Yes. My son, he's 5, his name is Anthony. He had some behavioral problems before coming to Time for Change, and I think that was because of no stability in his life. And since we've been at Time for Change, he has grown immensely. Thinking about my son makes me teary-eyed because I love my son a lot, and you're supposed to lead by example. And I just want him to have a good life. I had a good life, and I want him to have the life that I had when I grew up. I had a good family. I don't want him to be bounced around living in shelter to shelter.
From the way he was to the way he is now, it's just very phenomenal. I found employment. It was just like, oh my goodness, it was just the happiest day of my life. I just like cried. I was like, ah, yay. You know, I was very happy. My life has changed tremendously, and it has turned a 180-degree turn. I am a proud, productive member of society.
Time for Change is helping me reach my goals. I see myself in a house with my son, with a good job, and I see myself as reaching out to people like me. What makes Time for Change unique is all of their classes and the love that they give you, and they pull you up on your nonsense. I mean, they do it out of love. They're not doing it to try to put you down or belittle you, and everything that they do is to make you into a better person. And at Time for Change, they're not trying to keep you down. They want you to succeed. They want you to be bigger than them, you know, and that to me is just amazing.
And I wanted to start all over, so I came here. It is my relationship with my daughter. She has, we've become closer. Time for Change is hope for a lot of women.
When these families come into our home, children are the priority. Every child deserves sweet dreams at night. So the children that are thriving now, that they're doing so well in school, these are smart kids. These are kids that just didn't have a chance, right? They just was living with their mother, homeless, in abandoned vehicles, in abandoned buildings. No way was they prepared for school. This is the epitome of Time for Change, taking a homeless woman, molding her back into self-sufficiency, becoming a public citizen, engaging in civic engagement, voting again, taking her child to school, making sure that she's the best parent possible, and then allowing you to be able to move into your own apartment where you're in control of your own environment. That's the epitome of Time for Change, because we believe in taking women into self-sufficiency. We're teaching them in a family model how to live in a home of their own. When I look back at the last 10 years and to see that we're still here, all the women and all the children that we have helped along the way, you know, it makes me feel so happy that I was able to be of use. I go back to that value that here was a person who was laying on the side of the road, understand? A person who didn't have regular meals, a person who didn't have a place to take a shower, that person inside of her was still an idea that I could be of help to other people, and that idea is Time for Change, and it has turned into a sound, fiscally responsible organization in San Bernardino that we're making a difference. And I think about what a waste to have had all these public safety resources continue to keep me incarcerated, telling me I was a bad person when I was a sick person. I needed one drug program, and here I am today, 19 years clean and sober.
People that thought that no one really cared about them, that were out on the street with children, females, when they thought the world turned against them and no one cared, this organization was there to say, we believe in you. We know you can succeed. And a lot of times all somebody needs to know is that somebody believes in them, that they can succeed, and they move on to aspire to greater things in life. That's Time for Change's story.
For all of the people who have supported me in this endeavor, who have wrote checks, who have came by and brought clothes, you know, I just want to say thank you. because I couldn't have did this without your help. I mean, you know who you are. The $50, the $100, the grants, all of you who have stood by my side, even during recession, and sent $25, send $50, send $100. You continue to come to our annual event every year. Without you, there would be no me. I just want to say right now, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for investing in the idea that women do change, and then for you to be able to see these wonderful women, these families thriving, to know that your investment had a major impact. And again, I just want you to know that I couldn't have done it without you. So to everyone who's ever come to any events, wrote any checks, words of encouragement, who have prayed for me when I have been, up against insurmountable bureaucracy, but you prayed that I will be able to bob and weave and I will be able to come through. I just want to thank you, because again, without you, there would be no me.